It was a hard-fought game. We knew it would be. They're battling for a playoff spot still, and you never know how a game's going to play out. So this one, I thought we started really well. Found ourselves down. I thought we were pretty tight early, and yet we found ourselves down 2-1. After it was 2-1, Shesty had to come in with some really big saves. Sometimes we were pressing, sometimes we turned the puck over at the wrong time, and the penalty shot. There's probably a half a dozen key saves that he made at 2-1 that kept it that way, and guys kept pushing and eventually got to tie it up and take it to overtime.
The success that you guys have had on face-offs and that leading directly to the Panarin goal,
Yeah.
How important has that been for this group this year?
Well, we've talked about it an awful lot. We've worked at it. We've talked about it and watched it, practiced it, just trying to get better because it's possession. It's either you're on the defense, you're on the offense, and so that possession, if you can swing that number to 55-45, then you're doing good things, and the possession can come your way. That's a perfect example.
With that tying goal as well, I mean, the power play has come up big so many times this year in critical moments like that, but to score that goal with the power play being 5 for them, 1 for you guys, just what does it say for the confidence going?
Yeah, I mean, it was a game. That's part of the game too, right? We talked about being disciplined, and yet we found ourselves, with the first 6 minutes, and it just couldn't. I thought the power play, the one that they did get early, we were moved it around pretty good, but that was it after that, and then we found ourselves killing for the rest of it. I thought the specialty teams were good, even the limited time we had on the power play, even though we didn't score. I thought we moved it well, controlled it the whole time. Penalty kill was excellent. 5-on-5, we're pushing, we're looking. There's a lot of chances. There's 90 without much power play time. There's 93 attempts that went at the net tonight. So we're in the offensive zone. We're looking for it. And it's just not dropping maybe as easily as we would like. And there were some good looks and some good chances, especially early on, and we just couldn't capitalize on them. So we're getting the looks, so that makes me feel good about that. But we also need to bury them.
Felt like Mika at 5-on-5 and shorthanded, the power play was just really.
He was dialed in. I think everybody, we weren't good last game, and so he was somebody that I noticed that really took it and made sure that his game was on point. I thought he was excellent tonight.
What have you seen in Braden Schneider that made you entrust him even that much more at this point in the season?
He's played some big minutes for us this year. He's played them with Key at times for a stretch of games. Again, it was just something that we were looking at. I thought they did a good job. Like I said, the game was kind of funny. I thought we were real tight, and we found ourselves down 2-1, and then as we were pressing, we started to give up a little bit more. But I think he's done a really good job. He can play physical. He's good on his edges. He's good on his skates. Makes a good first pass, and he's able to jump into the play like he was able to do offensively and help contribute as well.
Keandre Miller and Jacob Truber are usually together, but today Keandre Miller was with Braden Schneider. Why specifically did you choose to change it?
It was just something that we wanted to look at. They've been together before, and again, it was a change that we had talked about yesterday in practice, and we decided to stay with it today.
The PK, you mentioned special teams good, and your PK has to be good today because they got the opportunity. What did you like specifically about the way you guys were able to kill? Obviously,
I think the pressure was good. So we're pretty good in the neutral zone. But I think really where I think we're really effective was in zone with the pressure, and we were able to close quickly. It didn't really give them a chance to set up an attack inward, attack downhill. I thought that we met the rush in different areas. Anytime the puck was in question for possession, I thought we were strong to push out and press on those loose pucks, and time and space, I think, is really important on a penalty kill.
I'm just curious, I don't know if you had a chance to look at it again, but what you made of their second goal, that kind of wraparound attempt and flashing, and Nelson's a little bit open there, kind of the back door.
Yeah. I mean, I would have liked better coverage. I think there's a couple things that could have been better. We could have brought our higher forwards a little bit lower. We talked about that between periods, but there's 3-on-3 battles that happen underneath those two offensive defensemen and the two high forwards. There's some battles that happen. I thought we could have just been a little bit tighter and stuck to our men a little bit more. They came out, they threw it in the backside, it ended up on somebody's stick. That was a nice goal. The first one for me was, they're kind of hitting it out of the air, whacking it behind the goal line, and ends up going in. It's kind of a favorable bounce for them, but that's what happens when you put the puck to the net. So that goal in particular, I thought we could have been a little bit better.
We've asked you what you've learned about Artemi all season, but
Yeah.
how do you see him as a competitor?
Yeah.
Specifically?
Well, that's, I think, what's impressed me most about him. His compete level is on pucks and in battles. I mean, you just talk about the offense, but you have to get that offense. You have to find ways to generate it. And, he uses his body and will leverage on his stick as well as anybody I know.
You weren't with the team last season, obviously, but the team got bounced in the first round. What do you feel about this team this year that's different from last year,
Yeah, I feel like we got one game left, and we're going to work really hard and try to make sure we play that game properly and do the right things. And when that's over, the regular season's there, and we'll address the playoffs. So we got a lot of work to do. The playoffs is what we're here for, and we got to get through this next game, make sure we do a good job playing that game, and then we'll attack that.
Okay, thank you guys. Last one.
Just 4 wins, that's a franchise
Yeah.
record for wins. In a week, it's not going to mean anything, but what does it mean now?
I think it says a lot. I mean, you can't, we couldn't play in the playoffs today, to your point. The only thing we could do is play regular season games. There's still one more regular season game left. And as I kind of stated, you want to make sure that you're doing your best to make sure you're getting the 2 points, getting the wins. And if you do that well enough, then you get a chance to play for the Stanley Cup. And so, but the regular season has to happen for everybody, 82 games. And the fact that this group was able to battle hard the way they did and collect 54, I think that's something they should be proud of from a regular season standpoint. But like I said, there's a lot of work that has to be done. You play the regular season to get to the playoffs, and that's what it's all about. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thanks.